two-thirds of our population still remains or lives in rural areas and combined with villages. So it becomes all the more important to study that what occupation does villagers opt for. And all of us know that it is agriculture, and cabinet has come up with some agricultural schemes, so which we need to understand. There have been some changes, and in the agriculture sector, if anything's happened, so I think it becomes of crucial importance to know that what exactly are the changes that are taking place. So hi everyone, welcome back to Equipoise Classes. I am Surbhi Gupta, and in these videos we pick up one of the articles from newspaper. Specifically, I follow Mint newspaper, and the reason for opting the article and reading it with you in the video from directly, from the newspaper, the reason is more than one, which is not only to understand the topic, but also to understand the emotions of the author who has written the paper or the article or editorial. Why? Because if I pick up the points and I make my own presentation out of it, so the emotional, the story, the sentiments, and the actual point that they wanted to deliver may differ. Okay, so that is something that I want to take care of. Also, it is for the people who are interested in economics by any means, or who are giving any entrance exam, or who are just in class 12th or want to start their economics journey. So it is important to understand what to read from the newspaper and how to read it. So this is what I teach you simultaneously while doing the article itself during the class. So yeah, there are a lot many reasons as well, but I think I'll share the screen, and at the same time I'll keep on talking. So, as I told you, that today's article is interesting because cabinet has approved some of the mega schemes for agriculture sector, and this is one of the articles that I was reading today in the Mint newspaper normally that I follow. But also, I came across this article in the Hindu, so I think that it becomes important to understand that what this article is saying. Even though I've highlighted many important things, but I think I would want to read it from Hindus perspective, because they have segregated the sectors and everything in a more precise manner. So first of all, starting this video, I would want, so basically let's read the headline, which is all agri sectors initiative brought under two new schemes, states to implement them. All right, so this is one thing. But another thing, let's first clarify the difference between centrally sponsored scheme and central sector scheme. So I'll just start writing. I have my pen now, and I just need a blank space for you all to understand first, and then I can probably go on writing. Where can I find the blank space? Okay, I think this is a good blank space. Okay, so this is our government. Okay, so in some of the schemes, government is taking care of those schemes, 100% government owned and controlled. Okay, sponsored, everything. Okay, then there are schemes which has, say for example, ratio of 60s to 40, where 60% of the investment or revenue or expenditure is done by central government, and rest is done by state government. Okay, so the schemes which are entirely of government, they are known as central sector scheme. All right, whereas these which are divided into proportion, some part is sponsored by government, central government, and other part is sponsored by the state government. These are known as centrally sponsored schemes. Okay, so there are central sector schemes and centrally sponsored schemes. So what has happened in the agriculture sector? As you know, there are different sectors, and the major sector is agriculture, then there is manufacturing sector, and then there is service sector. Okay, so what has happened? There are many schemes for agriculture, different schemes. Okay, so what has happened recently? The thing that has happened is that government has divided these schemes under two major umbrellas or two major heads, as you can see. Okay, so this is one, this is two. So no scheme has been called off. Okay, every scheme is still valid, but they are categorized now under two heads. So there are two major segments. So see, if for example there are 10 agricultural schemes, So there are so many schemes, or 20 agricultural schemes. You cannot focus, or the central government or the state government cannot take care of each and every scheme, which is what I have said a lot many times in these videos, that instead of making or announcing so many schemes, n number of schemes, it's better you announce one, but implement it more efficiently, because implementation is something which really matters. And the proper implementation and the benefit going to the real needy person is important. So that is why, rather than taking care of 20 schemes, now there are two categories. And out of these 20 schemes, what has happened is, I'll just see a dark color pen if it's available. I think purple would be better. And hold on, this would be better. Okay, so imagine there are two schemes. Now, this is agriculture. There were earlier 20 schemes. Now, this is divided into two categories. One is focusing on farmers' well-being, okay, income, farmer income. And this category, which is focusing on farmer income, and the schemes that used to focus on farmer income will fall under this category. Whereas there's another category which will focus on sustainable agriculture. Okay, sustainable farming, sustainable agriculture. So those schemes which are focusing on sustainable agriculture will fall under this category. So no scheme is discontinued. So this is a crux of this article. Now let's begin reading it. Okay, so all agri sector initiatives brought under two new schemes. So there are two new schemes, and all the initiatives or all the schemes are brought under these two schemes. Okay, so let's start reading it. The Union Cabinet. Okay. All right. The Union Cabinet on Thursday decided to merge, okay, all central schemes in agriculture sector in two new schemes. Which are these two new schemes? You have to focus. One is Pradhan Mantri Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana. Okay. Another is Krish Unnati. Okay. That means Krishi Unnati. And when you combine it in, Sanskrit, it becomes Krish Unnati Yojana. Okay, so one scheme, as I said, is focusing on farmers' income and farmers' well-being. Other scheme is focusing on sustainable agriculture. All right. So, okay, I like this pen more. Okay, with a projected expenditure of this much amount crore, the schemes will have central share of, okay, so this is the projected expenditure, out of which 60% or 70% will be of central government, and states will add the remaining portion in the expenditure. Okay, so which says that these are centrally sponsored schemes. Okay, then the PMRKV, that means this one, Rashtriya Krishi Vikas Yojana, with an allocation of 57,000 crore, is aimed at promoting sustainable agriculture. As I said that, this thing, Krishi Vikas Yojana. Krishi Vikas Yojana is focusing on sustainable agriculture, and Krishonnati Yojana will address food security and agricultural self-sufficiency. Okay, so these are the two categories with fund of this much. Both schemes will be implemented through the state government. The state government will implement these. Okay, the center said that rationalization of various schemes was to avoid duplication, because some of the schemes are there which are in a way targeting the same aim. They are following the same aim, they are following the same path. Then why is there need of so many schemes? As I always used to question. So I think this is a very, very good initiative in agriculture sector. Okay, so finally we are moving towards merging n number of schemes and not introducing, 1, 2, 3 every time there are so many schemes announced. And as I always say, for UPSC people or for any entrance people, this becomes really, really difficult to learn so many schemes. So I believe this is a good initiative. Okay. Then, all right. So the center said that, okay, was to avoid duplication, ensure convergence, and provide flexibility to states. How will the states be provided flexibility? Let's read. Focusing on emergent challenges of agriculture. What are the challenges in agriculture sector? Nutrition security. Because no matter how much you produce wheat, rice, food security, there's enough of wheat, rice. What lacks is the nutritional security. We don't have enough of nutrition. Okay, That is what's lacking. So it is one of the requirements. Then sustainability is requirement, climate resilience is a requirement, value chain development, and then private sector participation is also important. Okay, merely public sector alone cannot benefit or cannot control everything. A private sector participation is important under these two schemes. So state government will be able to draw comprehensive strategic plan suiting the requirements for agriculture sector. Okay, so they will give annual action plan of states, can be approved in one go rather than approving them individually. What is this saying? Imagine there were 10 schemes. So if there are 10 schemes, so central government had to make action plan for 10 times and then sit with central government 10 times and then get it approved. So there was so much of operational cost and there was so much of wastage of time and everything. Now these 10 schemes fall under one scheme, or these are merged into one scheme. So we can make, states can make only one comprehensive and inclusive action plan and get it approved and get it done. And states have the flexibility to do it by themselves, according to themselves, because states know what is better for them. All right, so if you all know, I'll just confirm, but if you all know that, I'll give you one example. Before 2014 election, because as you all know, after 2014 Modi ji's government formed, or BJP came into power centrally. But before that, he was, if you all know, he was Gujarat CM. And when such allocation used to happen, so he used to say, I know my state better than anybody. Okay, I know my state better than anybody. So if you're giving me money to construct roads and highways, I already have roads and highways in place. If you want to give me money, give me the flexibility to use that money where my state needs it. Okay, so if my state needs more money into irrigation, pesticides, fertilizers, agriculture sector, or maybe any other sector, health sector, give me the flexibility if you're giving me the money to use it my way, because every state has different requirements and this is what states need. Okay, so that's what you every state needs. And then what we can do is, okay, so I was confirming, and right now if I need to give you example, so for agriculture ministry, I think we have the cabinet, so we have our minister, agriculture minister, who's Shivraj Chauhan, who was earlier Maharashtra's CM, Maharashtra's minister. Okay, so, okay, pardon me. And he knows the state of agriculture so much so that he was made cabinet minister for agriculture ministry. Okay, so this is where, a person knows what to do, because he was earlier also handling that department and he knows it better. So he can make policies in such a way, and that is what these people are doing, which is, I feel, a very, very good initiative. Okay, so yeah, that's one thing. So states are getting benefit and flexibility. Let's continue reading it. Schemes such as soil health management, okay, rain-fed area development, agroforestry, and Paramparagat Krishi Vikas Yojana will be merged into two new schemes. So there are so many schemes, okay, and all these will be merged under these schemes. Mission for edible oil. So what is now a new mission for edible oil? The cabinet also approved the national mission on edible oil seeds. Okay. Then what is, so this is National Mission on Edible Oil, NMEO, oil seeds, for, okay, hold on. For boosting domestic oil seed production and achieving self-reliance in edible oil. We need to boost domestic oil seed production and we need to be self-sufficient. The mission will be implemented over 7-year period. So this is starting from 2024 to 25 year to 2030-31, with financial outlay of 10,000, approximately 10,000 crore. And the newly approved oilseed mission will focus on enhancing the production of key primary oilseed crops such as rapeseed, mustard, groundnut, soybean, sunflower, and sesame. These are the portions or the kind of oilseeds, and we'll focus on this production or the production of these oilseeds. Okay. Then we have, as well as increasing the collection and extraction efficiency from secondary sources like cottonseed, rice bran, and tree bone oil. So we are all not only focusing on primary crop plantation and production, but also extracting from secondary sources, as the center said. Okay, so the mission aims to increase primary oilseed production from 39 million tons 269 million tons. That is what we are aiming to, almost in a way double the production, okay, in 7 years. So India to join Energy Hub, the cabinet also approved the signing of a letter intent enabling India to join Energy Efficiency Hub. This move solidifies India's commitment to sustainable development. This is why we are joining India's, energy efficiency hub, and aligns with the effort to reduce greenhouse gas emission and sustainable development. Everything this basically joining this energy efficiency hub makes sure that okay, we are aligning with our commitment of sustainable development and reducing GHG emissions. Okay. The Union Cabinet also approved payment of productivity linked bonus of 70 days, 78 days for this much crore to this non-gazetted railway employees. So we are saying that there's production linked bonus also. And the amount will be paid to various category of railway staff like track maintainers, loco pilot, train managers, station masters, supervisors, technicians, ministerial staff, and other Group C staff. Okay, so these are the things that has happened lately, and these are the areas. And now I'll quickly move to the Mint article, which is also saying the same thing. And see here, it is better written that it is, Pradhan Mantri Krishi Vikas Yojana and Krishonnati Yojana, and these are centrally sponsored schemes and not central sector scheme. I've already differentiated between the two. And Krishi Vikas Yojana aims at increasing farmers' income, as I said, through bouquet of schemes, and KY seeks to boost nutritional levels. Okay. So Krishonnati Yojana, Krishonnati, nutritional sufficiency, and Krishi Vikas, कृषि का अपना विकास, ठीक है, तो वो बोलता है कि it is increasing farmers' income. Okay. So oilseed mission is also given. The mission, the oilseed mission, the article in the Hindu like this. So the oilseed mission will introduce the Sathi portal, enabling states to coordinate with stakeholder for timely availability of quality oil seeds. ये नहीं लिखा था उस आर्टिकल में, इसीलिए मैं मिंट फॉलो करती हूँ, इसीलिए मुझे मिंट अच्छा लगता है, क्योंकि वो आपको बता रहा है कि ऑयल सीड मिशन तो है, पर इस मिशन ये अप्रूव होगा और ये फंक्शन करेगा साथी पोर्टल के थ्रू, जहां पे गवर्नमेंट और स्टेट्स जो है अलग अलग, वो कोऑर्डिनेट करेंगी स्टेक होल्डर से कि उनको ऑयल सीड का प्रोडक्शन मिले, जो प्रोडक्शन हो रहा है टाइमली अवेलेबिलिटी भी हो उसकी, ठीक है. सो दीज आर एवरीथिंग. एंड yeah, with agriculture being the backbone of economy, supporting over 50% of the population, these schemes come at a pivotal time as sector faces challenges like climate changes, dwindling soil health, and rising input costs. So it, as I said, that this supports, this sector is a major sector that supports more than 50% of the population. So it is important. See, what is important, I believe, is ki we keep on introducing with every budget and economic survey every year. We keep on introducing many new schemes, and the old schemes are still continuing. The new schemes also come, and maybe this year what the new scheme has come, maybe the goal of that scheme aligns with the scheme that was announced 15 years ago or 10 years ago. Okay, so what is it like? What is the use of so many schemes if the benefit is still not passing on to the much needed people? Okay, so if that is not happening, it's better to converge. So if there are so many schemes, it's better to converge at one point towards one scheme, and rather than controlling 100 schemes, you better merge all those schemes into one and control that one scheme. Get a focus on one scheme, make the annual action plan for that one scheme according to your state, and get it approved in one sitting, so your time is saved, operational costs are saved, energy is saved, so many costs are saved. Okay, and then you can implement it more efficiently, I believe. And rest, it's right now, it's just happening, it's action happening. So what would be the outcome, we'll get to know after it is being implemented, and then after a time lag, after a certain time lag, we'll get to know how it's performing. But as of now, even the movement towards converging and merging these schemes, I believe, is a good initiative. With that, I would want to wrap up the session. I really hope it was useful for you in some or the other way. If yes, do not forget to share your feedback. Your feedback is the most important thing in the world to me right now. Okay, so I really would appreciate your feedback, and thank you so much to the people who are already sharing their feedback. Means a lot to me. Okay, so yeah, thank you so much, so very much, and also like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe. थोड़ा like इतना 10 seconds लगेंगे, but it would mean a lot to me. So yeah, till then, keep smiling, stay healthy, keep practicing, and create that positive aura around yourself till the time I meet you. And take care, guys.